Hello, everybody. Welcome to the closing ceremony of TISBMUN Junior 2021. First of all, thank you for participating. Both days of the conference were full of action-packed debate and wondrous points brought up by our delegates. From debating cyber weapons in the dissect to talking about the nuanced issue of women's rights in CSW, every committee was filled with fruitful debate and ingenuity through solutions. And for that, we thank all faculty advisors and all participants for coming. TISBMUN enshrines the idea of creativity through all solutions, and this is something that was reflected in all delegates. And whether you receive an award now or whether you receive an award or not, we believe that participation is the greatest award you can receive, and we hope that you take something away from this conference better than what you came with. Now over to Mr. Anand Jerome, somebody who spearheaded this conference and somebody without whom this conference could not have taken place. Mr. Anand Jerome, over to you.
Dear delegates, we've been very happy to have you for these for the 2 days of TISBMUN Junior. We've come to the last part of the conference, which is the award ceremony, and I hope it has been a learning experience for all of you. Whether you were researching, debating, forming blogs, negotiating, or even writing resolutions. Whether you've been an active or passive participant for TISBMUN Junior Conference, I know that you have learned a lot. Well, who has been the best speaker in the committee? Who has debated and represented their country well? I am as eager as you are to know it from your chairs. And I want to tell you that the TISB chairs and ADs are unbiased. So over to the award ceremony. Hope you had a good experience. And from all the faculty advisors from different schools, please learn from these conferences and keep money.
Thank you, Mr. Jerome. And now we have a wonderful video composed by Lawrence Satish, our tech head, and this is a great opportunity to commemorate what we've accomplished. So everyone, go ahead and let's enjoy this video.
I just wanna stay in the sun where I find I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much, but it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was, but it's fun to fantasize. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home who tried talking to you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions, they're falling like, who would you live for? Who would you die for? And would you ever kill? Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride.
I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much.
Help me.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
Help me.
I've been thinking.
We have our EP sitting here and they just couldn't stop laughing at that video, and I guess that just goes to show that everyone had a good time. We hope you all did too. But speaking of our EB, our experienced, versatile, and endlessly energetic executive board who had more fun than actual work done, I'd like to introduce our great EB.
Uh, Good evening, delegates of the DISEC. I had an amazing committee time, and I'm pretty sure you all delegates enjoyed it as much as I did. We've had several fun moments in committee, and I'm sure you guys know all about it. But what stood out to me the most was your resilience, delegates. The resilience to fight, delegates. Despite two grilling press sessions and an intense crisis, I'm pretty sure that all of you have taken back something at the end of this conference. Now, I would like to thank my executive board, specifically my ADs who are not here with me today, Pratham Shah and Dev Sahu, who have been an inspirational force within our executive board, um, and Mr. Sonu for being there always when we needed him. Now, without further ado, I'll be moving on to the awards. The special mentions, in no particular order, goes as following. 1. The delegate of Chile, the delegate of Israel, the delegate of Switzerland, and the delegate of China. Now, moving on to the honorable delegates. The honorable delegates in no particular order goes to the delegate of the United States of America and the delegate of Japan. Congratulations, delegates.
Okay, I'd like to echo Clint's sentiments about our committee. It was an endlessly engaging, and if nothing else, entertaining committee over the past 2 days. I'd also like to thank our wonderful assistant directors. The amount of work they did to make us look competent and prepared was outrageous, and I'm sure they feel the same. But now for the awards. The Outstanding Delegate Award goes to the Delegate of Spain, and the Best Delegate of the Disarmament and International Security Committee is the Delegate of France.
Good evening, delegates, and a big thank you to all of you who attended. I think I speak for the rest of my executive board when I say that I was proud to chair what was across both days an engaging, lively, and involved committee. I personally believe that all delegates in the committee acquitted themselves commendably, and I wish you all the best not only with future NUNs, but also with any other endeavors you may seek to pursue. However, since there are only a finite amount of awards we can give out, here are, in no particular order, the special mentions for our committee. First, the delegate of Kuwait, and secondly, the delegate of France. I'll now be handing over to my co-chair Avi, who will announce the other awards for this committee.
Delegates, I truly had a very enjoyable experience in this committee too. I would also like to personally thank our two ADs, Aditya Gupta and Ishan Kar, for ensuring this committee runs smoothly. Now, without further ado, I would get into the three remaining awards. First, we have the Honorable Delegate, which went to Egypt. Now, the competition between the Best Delegate and Outstanding Delegate awards was very close, but nevertheless, Outstanding Delegate goes to New Zealand and Best Delegate goes to UAE.
Hi, delegates. I will be giving out talking about the committee CSW. Our committee was a really fun one. We had a fun hostage situation and our crisis was very interesting. It was a truly an amazing experience for me, especially since it was my first time on the EB. Please keep in mind that everyone did a fantastic job. The best position paper goes to the United Kingdom.
Thank you, Sarah. Moving on to the special mentions. In no order, the first special mention goes to the delegate of Pakistan. The second special mention goes to the delegate of Indonesia. And the third special mention goes to the delegate of Sweden. Next, the Honorable Delegate Award goes to the delegate of China.
Greetings, delegates. This is the chair of the CSW. Personally, I had a great experience meeting you all, working with the executive board, the organizing committee, and having chaired the CSW was an extremely wonderful experience for me. I hope you guys had the same participating in it. Without any further ado, the outstanding award for the Commission on the Status of Women goes to the Delegate of India. And finally, the Best Delegate Award on the CSW goes to the Delegate of the United States of America. Congratulations, delegates.
Greetings, delegates of this committee. So this Continuous Crisis Committee at TISBMUN 12th edition this year, Junior Month this year, was filled with all sorts of crisis updates and controversial speeches. And so without further ado, I'd like to announce the special mentions in no particular order, which are the Delegate of Canada and the Delegate of Australia. Congratulations, delegates.
So for the Honorable Delegate Award, the delegate truly captivated the entire committee. His directives influenced the flow of the committee from invading the country unilaterally. The delegate of Her Majesty's Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland has been awarded the Honorable Delegate Award. As for the next delegate, these speeches were some of the best in the committee, rivaled by none. And for a country which was placed at the opposite side of the world, we didn't think that they would be able to do much, but they did have an amazing impact on the committee. For the Outstanding Delegate Award has been awarded to the People's Republic of China.
All right, moving on to the Best Delegate Award. This delegate was someone who came out in front, came out on top of all fronts, and his performance was not something I expected from someone at a junior conference. To be fair, the bracket between the Outstanding and Best Delegate Award was really close, and it was virtually almost a tie. It took us a lot of tough discussions to sort of finalize this award. And so congratulations, Delegate of France. You've been awarded the Best Delegate Award for this TCC. Just before I sign off, I think I'll just like to quick couple of thank yous. Firstly to Ms. Anahata, our previous supervisor, for taking our time over this weekend to actually sit in on our committee. And also a quick thank you to Amrita, our moderator, for helping us out with our committee proceedings. Thank you so much, everyone. And congratulations.
Hey guys, hi, I'm Ayush. In addition to being a Director General, I was also the chair of the Star Wars Committee, and this was frankly one of the most chaotic committees I've been in. And I would call it my first fictional committee, even though I've done historical once. This was my first fictional committee, and to be honest, it was the greatest experience I've ever had at a junior conference because of the way the delegates presented themselves. Somehow were able to change their policy in the span of 30 seconds based on an update, and at the same time managed to bomb themselves in every crisis update, which is something that I don't think will ever be replicated again. And again, thank you so much for all the delegates who participated. Everyone is amazing. I think we're one of the few committees where everyone spoke, everyone sent in at least one directive, and I'm really proud of that. And yeah, thank you to Shinjon for being great AD and for being a great co-chair. And yeah, thank you to all the legislative members, and yeah, appreciate you. Take over.
All right, delegates, thank you so much again. I echo everything that Ayush said. It was an absolutely amazing committee. And yeah, coming to the awards. So our special mention was a very special delegate who asked more questions, I think, in the pre-committee session than anyone, and also had amazing directives, super innovative, good job. Our special mention goes to Kaum Duku. So congratulations, delegates. Our next award is the Honorable Delegate Award, and this delegate came up with super innovative solutions and ideas throughout committee and participated immensely. So the Duchess Satine of Mandalore, congratulations for your Honorable Delegate Award.
Hello everyone. So as my co-chairs and my chairs have already said,
The committee was very interesting and it was very creative to say the least. As a Star Wars fan, I did not expect many of the things to happen. But however, as I personally oversaw the directives, I saw some very interesting and detailed directives. So our outstanding delegate goes to Padme Amidala for her excellent engagement in committee and brilliant speeches. Our best delegate goes to Ahsoka Tano for displaying leadership despite the presence of Master Yoda and other superior Jedi Masters.
Greetings, delegates. This is Krishi, your chair of IPC, and I've had such a great time with you, delegates. And now I'm going to tell the results. The specman goes to the delegate of NBC, and the honorable mention goes to the delegate of Genoa. And I want to especially thank Devaria for such a great time. So that's it. Thank you.
All right, yes, delegates, this was definitely one of my best press committees, especially the press conferences. And on the last day, the press releases definitely enlightened my day. And I think it's safe to say that if you guys become active reporters, celebrities will need to be, cautious of how they go. But yes, without further ado, I will be announcing the awards. The Outstanding Delegate Award goes to the delegate of Egon France, and the best delegate goes to a very special delegate, a delegate whose press conferences made everyone's day, including the executive board members of the committee they pressed in. They are the delegate of Al Jazeera. Thank you, delegates. I hope you had a good time, and thank you to all the secretariat and Krishi for making this IPC one of the best IPCs I've ever had. Thank you, delegates.
Thank you so much to all the ED members, and congratulations to every single delegate who won an award. We want to note that in every committee, the placements were extremely close, with only like 0.1 points or 1 point dividing many delegates. So we think every single one of you should be proud of yourself and the effort that you put into both preparing for this committee and being here on these days. All of your chairs were so impressed with your levels of enthusiasm, the way you handled pressure in the press conferences and the crises, and especially the improvement that you showed over the course of this conference, which is exactly why we hold this conference. We hold this conference for junior delegates to gain experience and the necessary skills to perform well in any line throughout their lives, as well as gain skills that will help them through the course of their careers and the rest of their lives. And we're really happy to play a role in that for all of you. Just a few quick thank yous, firstly to the EDs who put in so much work into making sure committee was perfect. A lot of feedback from you guys that they did an excellent job, and we really want to thank them for all the effort they put in. Similarly, to the teacher supervisors who were here day in, day out, sacrificing their weekend to make sure that you guys could have a fruitful conference. Especially to Mr. Jerome, who's been a constant source of support and a constant source of guidance through all of this. And as well, Mr. Pavan, who helped us with all our tech and is the reason why we're able to come to you, why we're able to hold an online conference in the middle of a pandemic, and why we're able to live stream to you so successfully right now. The last thing I want to do is thank some people who haven't seen that much recognition through this conference, which is your really able secretariat. I'm so proud and honored to be part of this team that has worked so tirelessly to ensure that this conference is a success. From Shrey, my Co-Secretary General in charge of the affairs, to Ayush Manapat, my Director General, to Varun Satish, the Under-Secretary General of Tech, who handle all your doubts about passwords and complaints about internet connections and is live streaming this right now, to Pranav Gogal, the Under-Secretary General of Finance, who lent me his gavel for this occasion and has also managed so much over the course of this conference, as well as Akshay Polavarapu and Ira Balasubramaniam, who are at home right now, but have constantly been working tirelessly to make sure that you guys get your certificates on time, which you will get by the end of the day, as well as all the posts that you see on our social media account and the resources that you've been getting. So to all of them, a really big thank you, and thank you for working so hard at this conference and to make it the success that it clearly is. Thank you for 2 days of scintillating debate and a lot of fun.
With that, with the power vested in me as Secretary General of TISBMUN Junior 2021, I officially declare this conference